Welcome to Beauty for Ashes, Rebuilding Your Life with Expressive Art. In this first exercise, I want to teach you about how to use doodling to relieve stress and tension from work or grief or anything in life that causes you stress. I begin my doodle with sweeping large motions across the paper. You can use large paper with a project like this, or smaller paper as I have here. I want your movements to be flowing and gentle, and then as you go through and create some large areas, go inside those areas and create smaller loops and smaller flowing sketches. This is meant to be an integration of your body movement and hand and arm movement to help you express tension and release that tension by helping you to relax. Your mind will also be working as you are creating your drawing, and your brain will also be relaxing as you are learning how to express yourself through your pen on your paper. As you progress, you can go into more detailed work and will notice that your detailed work even is more relaxed as you go through it. Your drawing will be different from mine, but it will help you to understand some more self-discovery as you experiment with this technique. The next exercise is going to be with a watercolor brush and watercolor paints. You can find watercolor paints at your local craft store. And the watercolor brush I'm using is a small round brush. Begin with a color and start by sketching out a doodle in whatever way you feel is right for you. You want to use a light touch, and you want to draw as if you're drawing with a pen. You will be filling these shapes in with color and form in a little bit. Watercolor is really great for stress relief, and it really helps you to understand how to flow mentally as well as your physical touch and your physical expression being on the paper. The paint really goes together well, and it helps you to understand how things in life can flow together as well. Whenever you are starting your painting, you can use a lot of water so that things are very watery and they'll be able to flow into each other nicely whenever you add separate colors. You can add colors in the areas that you want. You can add one side being one color and the other side of the shape being another color. Choose colors that might be representational for you or symbolic of what your emotions feel like right now. You can assign a color to your emotions, and within that color, within those spaces, you can put the color that you've assigned to a certain emotion. And then if you are trying to help yourself understand how two emotions flow together, or how joy and pain perhaps flow together, you can assign two colors and allow those two colors to melt into one another with the paint. This is also just a relaxing mental exercise where you don't have to think about much. You can just allow things to happen with the paint, and it kind of helps you with letting go of control. So if you are feeling uptight and like you have to control a situation or something like that, it will help you to actually loosen up and be more at peace and understand that you do not have to control everything around you, or that you can't control it, but it's okay. Continue filling in the shapes and allowing yourself to be creative with your colors and with the way that the watercolor flows together. You can use the technique of wet on wet so that your watercolor will flow nicely together and the different colors will kind of blend in a pretty way. Later, if you decide to, you can go over your paints with a white gel pen and that looks very interesting and can be another great way of doodling on top of what you have painted. Continue filling in your shapes and using color as you go through your painting, allowing colors to flow, allowing colors to kind of guide you in the direction you want to go with the feeling of your painting. Watercolor is a great way to relieve pain as well. It is a great way to focus on using color for your emotions and using a flowing medium to help you express how your pain levels are. It is also great for understanding your grief and how the symbolic colors that you've chosen, how they are coming together, and how each one feels to you. Does it feel heavier than others? Does it feel lighter? Does it speak joy to you? Does it speak hardship or darkness? Does it speak clarity to you? How are you feeling? And I would encourage, after doing this, sit down and write how you are feeling about your painting and what you feel your painting expressed. This next exercise is simple doodling, which you can use to help you grow creatively in your understanding of your creative self. But it is also great for learning how to focus, or whenever you are taking in large amounts of information, such as listening to lectures or something like that. This will help your mind to focus so that it is able to take in the information you are listening to or reading or whatever. I would encourage you do this before taking a test or listening or reading a lot of information that's kind of hard to digest, as this will help your brain to focus. Take time to use details in your doodling and take time to create things that you enjoy. Find joy in the creative process here. Like, I love nature, and I drew a lot of flowers here. And from those flowers, I drew some areas that look like soil or perhaps seeds. And these things could be indicative of what you are doing in your life currently. You know, is there a lot of growth? Is there a lot of ideas that you have right now? So that will come forward out of your doodling. And if you are a creative or an artist like me, it will help you perhaps to come up even with different sort of paintings and compositions of art. I thought I'd give you a run through of my sketchbook of different doodles I have done over the months and years. Some are watercolor and pen together, and some are simply pen. I've used markers and paint, and mostly watercolors and pen have been my go-to mediums, and they work great for creating color doodles and expressing my innermost emotions and just relaxing after a long day of hard work. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.